Grumpy old man era,
man.
huh? Grumpy
man,
man
it
era.
could be that, man. But you know what made me feel
Old
good?
man yells,
I got a secret for you. Yeah, that's classic. That's classic. The old man yells a cloud with Abraham Simpson. I love that. I need to look that one up. But you know what makes me not want to yell at the cloud? I got a secret for you.
What's that?
Yesterday, I pulled my laptop out to do something late at night, and at the bottom, I saw Labs and another app. And I said, let me click on that. Let me click on that. I clicked on that, and I couldn't do anything like I properly wanted to using my mouse because I'm not a mouse producer. So I said, let me go get my USB keyboard. I pulled that USB keyboard out, plugged it in, and began to play these different sounds and stuff as I was experimenting. And I said, these sounds are beautiful. It felt like the angels were singing to me. Oh, and I was like, I might mess around and make a beat if my computer was. I need a better laptop, man. It ain't gonna support these plugins.
Getting bit by the bug again.
The only thing holding me back.
Getting bit by the bug again. Them sounds so beautiful.
Had enough beef on it to do something. Last night I'd have made some on the spot. Just couldn't do it. That was a huge eye-opening experience, or should I say ear-opening experience. That almost snatched me right back into the world. Like,
so what is Labs like? Preset sounds that you can just like kind of mix with or whatever.
You got Labs. You know the soft piano sound that you were so in love with.
Oh yeah, that one. I have over that. Yeah, that's how. Have they updated?
They got all kind of new sounds. Yeah, they got a bunch of new sounds. But on top of that, they have a subscription option now too with new sounds in that. And it was a lot of dope stuff in there. I was like, I could do all my production just with the free stuff in Labs. My brain started flowing and stuff. I was like, man, I was hearing all kind of different genres. I was like, man, Lord have mercy. I got like Pookie. I was like, it's calling me.
This is what I've been waiting for a while. Here we go. Hey man, it's a good feeling though. It's a good feeling. Only thing that's not a good feeling is being stuck to not be able to actually record something and then get that playback the next day or 2 days later or whatever, and actually sit with him like, ooh, I think I see where this can go. That's the only thing you're missing right there is that piece. That's the only piece.
I need the playback because the way it is now, if I tried, and last time I tried to mess with it on this particular laptop I was using, everything was too laggy. It was just too laggy. And I updated some of the RAM and it was good enough for what I need to do in my day to day, but it wasn't good enough to support music. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool.
But it's crazy.
I'll buy a desktop for that pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to have everything I need. I'm going to go powerhouse on it.
But it's crazy how powerful your computers have to be nowadays to be able to do music in comparison to years back.
Yeah.
These were like kind of limited, but now like everything's being done on the computer. And you gotta have some power in that joint. I definitely underestimated my laptop that I got a few years back. Like, that's all I need. That's it. Okay. Because I'm used to running off of what we used to have back in the day. 20 gig computer. And if you had 20 or 40, you was balling back then.
Yeah.
That's all you needed for anything you needed to run on your computer. You see a computer now, like, okay, it got this much RAM and memory, it got this much gig of storage space. That's definitely way more than
good.
You think you good. Because we still base it off of old technology, old mentality.
Oh man. I remember I used to have like 300 gigs on an external, and I felt like I was never gonna use all of it. And then I remember people back in the day, they would be like, what is it? What's the one that start with a T? Word.
Terabyte.
You got a terabyte. You'll never use a terabyte. Terabyte lasts for the rest of your life. No, it won't. Not today. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, a terabyte would have been like lifetime.
You can't even fathom using a terabyte of space. What is a terabyte? You know what I'm saying? We were just in gigs. You know what I'm saying? Megs and gigs. You hit the tera? Can't even fathom using a tera back in 2005.
Bro, when I was going through Labs, the music, the different ones you can download, each one was like 9 gigs if you download this sound. 1 gig on this, 3 gigs for this sound. It's like
that's a chunk of your computer
burn
space back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna burn through it just on a piano sound, or an electronic piano, or a synth, or bass. You gonna burn through multiple gigs.
My times have changed, and we got some tech talk we need to talk about. But speaking of burning, we are burning something, which is the superstars of the show. Not just the stars of the show, superstars of the show. That's how I'm feeling right now. So like I got a superstar on my hands. And there's a difference between an all-star, a star, and a superstar. These are superstars.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got yet. But balling over here.
I don't know. This is you might have a superstar, but I definitely got at least an all-star. This is definitely an all-star.
Your band looks very familiar. It looks Placencia-esque.
It's because it's from a superstar name. You know what I'm saying? It's from a superstar name.
Superstar pedigree.
Let's dive into it. I'll go first.
Okay.
Because you have more of a. You got the new. Mm-hmm. So let me get the old head out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, this particular stick, I'm quite sure you've had it before. Maybe you knew the history on it. Maybe you didn't. But I don't think we had it on the show, which is why I'm bringing it out. And I got the Placencia Reserva Original.
That's what that band kind of looked like.
Yeah. Now, let's say this about the original, right? Did you know this is the only organic cigar ever?
Meaning what?
Organic cigar. Everything is organic. There's no extra little chemicals or little splash of this in there.
Some of them,
no additives whatsoever. Nothing. The only cigar ever produced 100% organic.
Only Placencia. Come on now.
Placencia, man. So this right here is through and through Nicaraguan on this particular one. Yeah, and I got the little torpedo on the end here, little torpedo, almost torpedo-esque, but and I had the little roll on the top. What you call a little roll on the top?
Pigtail or whatever they call it. Little pigtail.
Yeah. Pigtail. Yeah. Got a little pigtail on top of it, and that's that. But yeah, I'll give you this little information that I saw up here. It said it's an oldie but goodie. In this particular Placencia, of course, is one of the original sticks that they had. But this, what did it say? They started producing this tobacco for this cigar back in 2001. And this is the only organic cigar. And it's been qualified by Ocean Standards as considered to be organic.
Nice. So Placencia always has something up their sleeve then. Because as we talked about Placencia way back, a few episodes back, they were a house of production pretty much. Like the powerhouse behind a lot of other cigars before they decided to step out on their own. 2016-ish? I think the story was.
In that ballpark. Yeah.
So that means that they were brewing these tobacco leaves back in 2020, 2000. You said 2001, right?
2001.
They were plotting and planning and say, hey, we're about to create a brand that's going to be synonymous with greatness all the way from 2001 up until 2016 before they decided to go ahead and do their thing while being a powerhouse behind other cigar lines and other cigar brands. So it's starting to shape up to explain a lot about Placencia and why we enjoy these cigars the way we do. It's making a lot of sense. Math is mathing.
Most definitely. Hey, man, and to think, man, to have the idea to go organic in a time where organic was not
back then, to
the forefront of culture like it is. It's very forward thinking of them, so I respect that.
It's definitely the way it's now.
I'm looking forward to some other people jumping on board with it. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. You got to put nothing in this.
Yeah.
Keep it real, keep it raw. Tobacco. You know what I'm saying?
Let the tobacco do it, especially if you do it right. You got that good tobacco, you taking care of your leaves just right, tobacco's going to do what it needs to do. You got to do all that extra stuff. No special tricks up their sleeve. I like that.
This is what's supposed to separate us from the cigarette smokers. You know what I'm saying? You know, we
All them
pride
chemicals
ourselves in the limited amount of additives and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's just
Don't put
take them
a
all
cigar
out.
smoker and a cigarette smoker in the same class because we smoking that pure.
Yeah. But that's what I got today, man. The original, the reserve.
And I'm glad you went Placencia because that's exactly where I went. And we talked about it a little bit because I was hoping you got your hands on the same one. You know, it's not necessarily that it was a race to the blue band, but it was a race to the blue band. Yesterday, I hit you up, let you know that I was on the trial. And I got these sticks by the skin of my teeth. I got off work early. As a matter of fact, I got off work a little early yesterday, which was a blessing in disguise. I pull up to the cigar spot, and of course, weeks before, I'm searching for the cigar. It's sold out. Can't find them. He even said, "Hey, look, here's my number. Call me when y'all get some. Hold two, like reserve two for me, right?" But I hit this other cigar spot up, and I walk in and turn to the right, hit Placencia aisle. I don't see him. Dang, it's no blue bands. I see Alma Fuerte. See the Reserva. I see Conchaca. I see all the other ones, right? I'm like, okay, no blue band. But then I peeked to my right real quick, and this guy's walking around with a tray. Actually, no, he has a case. He has a tray and a case, the hexagon case. And I see a blue band. And I was like, the hexagon case looks like a Placencia case. Peek up a little bit. That band is blue. I'm like, I'm looking for that. I'm like, y'all got more of those? Because he had Garcon with him, right? It was like, we don't have that shape anymore. We got another one though. We got another style. We got a Toro. I'm like, okay, cool. Where are they? Good. I walk over there. It's three left. I grabbed two.
Respect to somebody else. Somebody else is gonna need this. I ain't gonna ruin their day.
I'm gonna leave one, but I'm gonna grab two because in case I really enjoy this cigar, I want to have a backup and be able to smoke this again and not have to wait 6 months to be able to even touch it. So I grabbed two.
Right.
Left one in the tray. Grabbing two. $27 per stick. I went for two. Give me those. I need them. I'm smoking that Placencia Alma del Cielo. And this is the new line by Placencia, that blue band. And the name means soul heaven in Spanish. Soul heaven.
AD, man. That's beautiful. Soul heaven, man. Hey, two. Is that signs, man? There will be signs. Would 3 be signs or was grabbing 2 a sign? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
grabbing 2 is a glimpse. Grabbing 3 is a sign.
There will be signs. So
there will be signs. Yeah, before we get into that. That would soul heaven. But soul heaven, yes, that's what this means. The rapper's Nicaraguan, Condega, binder and filler, all Nicaraguan. So Nicaraguan through and through on this Del Cielo. So I'm assuming this is in the same line that you're talking about with the organic. I don't really know. I got to do some more digging and some more research on this bad boy. But so far so nice. That's where we at.
Okay.
So far so nice.
And what do you know did you name the countries? This is all
Nicaragua through and through. Yeah, Nicaragua through and through.
Okay.
Rapper, binder, filler, all from Nicaragua.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. You off like a Rolls Royce?
Off like a Rolls Royce.
You pulled off like a Rolls Royce. Okay.
I don't even hear the engine purring right now. It's so quiet. I'm floating on a cloud.
Sound electric.
the electric hum.
Yeah, you got an electric hum going, man. Hey, man, that's what's up, man.
I will say, like at first light, I was a little skeptical, right? Because if you look at the rapper's a little lighter than the other Placencias. So I'm like, ooh, this has light skin tendencies, but I think it was just a match. I did use a match and just allowing the tobacco to start burning first. But once it got going, the flavor got right.
Okay.
Took a minute. I was a little nervous. I was like, ooh, don't tell me, Placencia, you dropped the ball on one. But we're good. We're good. So I will say there was a little rev of the engine at first. Or a little rev. But then quiet it down.
It hadn't been started in a while, man. It just took a little while once you turned it over.
To warm up.
Yeah.
Got to warm up. That's all. Engine got to warm up.
Yeah, man.
If anybody knows is take care of your cars, let your engine warm up before you know what I'm saying, punch the gas. Especially when you're driving luxury. Let the engine warm up.
Yeah, man. Just chill for a second. Don't be in a rush, man. You ain't got nowhere to be. Just chill, man. Life is good.
Yeah. Especially when you're smoking cigars. That's your time to take it easy anyway. To take it slow and let the process happen. And this is a process stick right here. Let things process.
Yeah, man. But shoot, man, let's run back into this conversation because we kind of touched on this, man, just a moment ago. We were just talking about how technology has changed and now a terabyte is the new gigabyte almost in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man.
And we can talk about how technology has changed and how eyeglasses are the new headphones.
Yeah.
How they're the new camera.
Yeah, man.
How they're the new whatever you want it to be. So
it's there, man. That's what I want to go into. I
was in Bass Pro Shops a little while ago, about an hour or two ago. And you know what I'm saying, just shopping around, looking around. You know, I haven't been in the Bass Pro Shops in a very long time. And you had talked about it, so I was like, let me go to Bass Pro Shops. And just you see what's doing nowadays. And I hit the Ray-Ban section. I'm looking at the glasses. You know, I gotta get some shades, some good stuff for my outdoors time. You know, and take the stress off my eyes. Summertime, sun's out. I need some nice shades to go with the times, with the season. And hit the corner, run into the smart glasses, the Ray-Bans, man. These smart Ray-Bans, and they had them on display. Picked them up. And started playing with the little app on the little phone they had in the store. I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what's happening right now? I'm hearing music just sounds so beautiful in my ear, like crystal clear, but then it's not blocking out everything.
No one else can hear it.
Nobody else can hear it, but it's like it's super clear in your ear, and it's not like I'm not aware of what's going on around me. Like I'm still good on my surroundings. Unlike with earbuds or with massive headphones, noise canceling headphones, which just kind of takes you out of the moment where you don't even know what's going on around you. I'm aware of my surroundings. I can hear like little background noise, but it's faded. The music's crystal clear in my ear, and then they don't fit right. And say, oh man, these don't fit right. And then the Ray-Ban says, to adjust your glasses, say adjust your glasses. I'm like, wait. I can speak to the glasses and tell them to adjust to my face? What's going on here? This is different.
Now I didn't know that feature.
Yeah. If you talk to it, it's gonna talk back to you.
No, about the adjusting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Oh, okay.
And then what else? What else did it do? It blew me away. I'm completely like in awe of what just took place
and what I'm witnessing. You can take pictures, what you're looking at. You can ask questions about what you're looking at and get insight and phone calls and video phone calls. You can do everything through them. Like, you know, stream if you choose to stream. You can do that.
Oh no, wait. You can stream the glasses?
Yeah, you can stream. You can live stream. So I can be at a fair and walk through the fair and have it on my Twitter, or not Twitter, but TikTok or YouTube or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, that changed the game right there. Because, you know how we like to watch those videos of people walking around like in Paris or whatever, or walking around Italy or something like that? You can do that.
The only thing is, it's a certain amount of time you can record if you want to do videos. So you got minute videos, but you're streaming, I think you're good as far as your streaming goes. And you got just the little white light that lets people know you're recording. You know, that's it.
Okay.
But that's not as obnoxious as you can't record. This right here, this is obnoxious, you know, but.
Yeah. And you can tell that, hey, look, you're being recorded. Like, oh, this looks a little weird.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying to see people walking around like this and you try to stay out of their frames and stuff like that. And you want to catch people in their natural environment. You're just trying to catch what's going on. A little white light. It's easy. But yeah, so that I was blown away by it. And this is my first time experiencing anything like that, like seeing I've heard about them. I've seen like you little YouTube videos, like little YouTube shorts and stuff about them, but never really paid attention to it. Like sometimes you feel like you age out of technology. Like that's gimmicky. That's not for me. That's just new age stuff. And some of the stuff is like new age stuff that this doesn't appeal to our age demographic and older.
Yeah.
But this one got me. This one got me.
It got me too, bro. It got me. It got me. And I've already made up what I'm getting. I'm getting the glasses. I forget the name, but I have it documented, the name of the style I'm getting. And mine are going to be the ones the glasses that turn to shaded. The shades, become sunglasses. I'm getting those. You know what I'm saying? I already know that's what it's going to be. And I'm gonna use them as much as I use them. You know, if it's just for a flashy moment, it's a flashy moment. Maybe I'll use the technology. I see, you know what, I see myself using it though when I'm out and about and I have questions about the stuff when I'm shopping. You know, is there a better price on this right here? You know, can I find these at this store? Give me some information on these. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the spot.
So this is fresh.
Or when I want to listen to videos while I'm out with my family and I don't want to be disturbing with earbuds in and they catch me listening, I can go and listen to the game, you know, without having to
listen to the game.
Halt.
Do what you drive, got your glasses on. Just you gotta have worry about having the earbuds. Hey, the earbud. I know you're not listening to me.
There you go. I can't get caught. I can't get caught.
Why you got your earbud in?
Yeah. You know, I can be multitasking and enjoying my life.
The game has changed. The game has changed. And I need to do some more research on these things. Cause I'm pretty sure there's so much more that I could probably love about these things. But I'm sold. And technology has once again wowed me, even though I didn't think I could be wowed as much. Cause like some stuff is like outlandish. I don't care to have a robot. I know you talk about you gonna get you a robot, right? At some point.
Yeah, I'm getting a slave. I'm in a robot. Yeah, I'm getting one.
I ain't jumping on the robot just yet. And hopefully your robot don't hear this podcast in the future. Like slave.
Yeah, I'm getting a robot.
What you think about me,
bro?
Fix this situation.
Hey, man, you better get on board with the robot thing. It's gonna be in, man. I'm telling you, man. The world gonna be different, man. Dudes gonna have their robots, and I'm gonna have my robot. It's gonna be all kinds of stuff going. It's gonna be
for real. Now the robot is a real thing. No, like look, I've seen the skin. Like they're making this skin that looks as real as possible, right? And then like starting to have like the little thing that can make the skin have like facial responses to smile a little bit and, you know, twitch of the eye and stuff like that. Like just so it can actually do things that a human would be able to do with their faces. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I ain't there yet, man.
I like the idea of knowing I'm dealing with technology. I don't want to fool myself with that. I like the idea of knowing this is a robot. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to buy in that much.
Yeah, with the real skin, like when you can't even tell the difference at some point. But now it's going that way. I'm not for that. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make an emotional connection with the technology. You know what I'm saying? I like the idea that this is artificial intelligence. It knows what it is. This is the relationship. I just use it to make my life easier. Like if it becomes sentient someday, somehow, then we'll cross that road when we get there. But until then, I'm cool, man. Like,
so can you see yourself doing a self-driving cars? Like the taxi joint where you just have a car pull up, you get in the back, nobody's driving it, and it just takes you wherever? Are you buying that?
Not yet.
Are you into that?
Not yet.
They got them out there now.
Tell you the truth,
they're doing it already.
They do, and I'm not comfortable with other people driving the vehicle at all. Like I'm not one of the people that can go to sleep while somebody else is driving. That makes me nervous. So let alone trusting technology to make decisions on the spot. I just don't trust it yet, you know. Because they only know the decisions that we program it to make for different scenarios. What about the scenarios that's unexpected to the technology?
Unexpected.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing. Unexpected scenarios is that's one of the things that's always got me is especially driving in Atlanta, driving in San Antonio, driving in DC. that it's crazy drivers out there that do wild and unexpected things. And if it's not, and a lot of times I would have gotten so many accidents had it not been for me. I pride myself on being able to anticipate what other drivers are going to do, like understanding my surroundings completely. And if it wasn't for me anticipating, okay, I see some action going on over here. This is probably what that driver's going to do, what that driver's going to do. So it allows me to skate over a few accidents that I could have gotten into had I not been anticipating. And how can you trust a computer to make those anticipations? I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to take a lot of data, and it's always going to be having to be updated. And I don't want to be the dude that helps the update. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that.
Thank you for your data. You are our number. We will make sure our technology is better for the next person after you've gotten to this wreck and ejected from the vehicle.
Right. Your death will make it better for future people. Forget that. I'm not with that. I'm cool on that. I'm not trying to be a vegetable for science, you know, for technology anyway. I'm cool. Now, and speaking of the anticipation thing, even this morning, like I was with my boys and we riding and I'm looking at the car in front of me and it was about 10 seconds before it happened. But I could tell by the way the car was drifting. I said, he about to hit the curve. He about to hit the curve. Because I saw he was drifting and we were going into a curve and he was going to hit that sidewalk at the rate he was going. And my oldest was kind of looking like, how you know that? And then boom, he hit it. I said, that's how you know it. You can see that you can anticipate it by what they're doing and they're not catching it. There's no pullback, no nothing. And I see the direction the road is going and the direction he's going and he's not adapting to it. So obviously it was tinted windows. I couldn't see ahead to see if he was paying attention or not, but I knew he was not paying attention.
You could tell the tendency of what was happening. It says, that's I can see this is what's about to play out. And I like similar situation. I called out a few myself. Even the last incident that I had, I got hit. I got sideswiped. Luckily, they only hit like my what's like the little part that goes over the wheel, the little rim, not wheel cover or whatever.
Up on words.
The little part that goes over the wheel, right? So only had like a little scratch over that part. And I saw the car. And as it was going, it had a trailer that was attached to it. I'm like, he's trying to get over. I can tell he's trying to get over. And he's not going to clear me before he starts to get over. And sure enough, he tries to merge, and I felt it happening. I was able to pull back on my car, move over a little bit to where he only kind of just knocked me like by just like a nick or whatever. If I wasn't paying attention or anticipating and seeing his tendency, he would have easily sideswiped my whole car and took me right off the highway.
Yeah.
Easily. But I was able to react enough that where he only hit like just the front part of it and just by, a light tap. If I had just kept going straight, not reacted, he would have sideswiped me all the way, pushed me all the way to the median easily.
Right. And that's the type of insight that comes from years of experience. And I don't trust the tech with that yet. You know what I mean? I can't trust it. I don't trust the nerds with my life when it comes to that, like.
And the nerds ruin everything. Like they ruin basketball too. Analytics.
The analytics guys ruin everything. So
the nerds ruin everything. Like I feel like with the nerds that are you know what I'm saying, taking over technology and inserting themselves into sports and they're trying to find their way in life and make up for the things they missed out on by I got control now. I was laughed at. And I was shunned and pushed to the side for being a nerd, but nah, man. I got control.
Watch what I do. I control the cool kids now. You know what I'm saying? The jocks that bullied me, I control the jocks now. I shoot 3-pointers. Like, that time, man. That type of stuff. Weird stuff, man. But hey, look, man, speaking of tech, and I'm late to the party on this, but along with the glasses, my next purchase is going to be, I'm getting in VR. I'm getting in the VR gaming world, man. I think I'm gonna jump in with the MetaQuest, man. I think that's where I want to mess with, man.
Have you messed with those? I've had one experience where one of my older brothers, he had one, and it was like a little boxing game. That's the only experience I've had, was just like a little boxing game. And that joint was it was legit. It was legit. It was like real interactive. You actually had to get in there, move around, and do things. Unaware of your surroundings, though, because they recorded us while we were doing it. I looked wild, But I was like, I was so in it. I was in the moment, man.
Now, this is the thing, though. You actually can do that, and then you can also integrate that into your real world. So, like, where
Okay.
you can still see everything around you. So,
What's
if you're in
going
the
on?
living room,
Okay.
you can see the sofa, you can see the tables and everything else. But it's this guy standing in front of you, in between you and the TV, and now you having the boxing match.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
along
wild.
with that, it's not just the video games, but it's the actual entertainment value you can do. So, you can integrate this stuff where you have like your regular everyday technology. You can have multiple windows up and you're grabbing your windows, adjusting the size, pinch the zoom right here in the sky. You're going to look like Iron Man, Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Just doing this stuff. And then I can have a YouTube channel up floating over here on this area. And then I can have another app that I'm using, the web browser, over here to the right. And I just got windows all around me while I'm sitting on my couch, visibly seeing my real world around me. But I just got windows I can interact with.
In front of you,
I'm watching TV, my actual TV, I can see it, but I'm also watching some YouTube video about how to repair my table or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope, though. So, like, matter of fact, I like that. So, like, while you're repairing something or fixing something, you might be under the hood of your car. You got your YouTube video over here while you're in there moving things around, unscrewing something. You're fixing your washer. You got your YouTube video going on while you're in there with your screws. Like, okay.
Yeah, you look over and grab it and rewind it back a little bit. I missed that part, on a random window sitting off in the middle of the air. And they're integrating it with not video games, but like live games. So
yeah, I seen that. I seen that. That is dope. Make you feel like you're right there on the front row, like you're courtside.
Yeah, for the live games. Yeah, that's the thing already.
That's fly. I'm with that.
Yeah,
definitely with that.
So I want the MetaQuest just for this other stuff, not even including playing video games, boxing and looking foolish. But that's an addition because I have some fun with that also, and I know my boys.
The only thing is,
I want to put the nerdy stuff.
I want them joints to look just a little bit smoother, though. It to me, it still feels like it's like bulky, old technology mixed with what the new capabilities are. But I'm ready for it to get like. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you gotta do? You gotta get it on
what's your
gaming desktop.
Say what?
You gotta get it on the gaming desktops. Your computer games is always gonna come across better. So you can stream it from your computer and get a better image.
No, I'm talking about like bulky goggle joints. I don't like.
Oh, you talking about the goggles itself? Oh yeah.
Like once they get to like, you remember LeVar? What's his name? LeVar, the dude from Reading Rainbow.
No, yeah. LeVar.
And he had the joint.
I forgot. Yeah, Reading Rainbow guy. Yeah. You want the Star Trek glasses?
Yeah, give me those. I'm in.
You in? We probably about another 3 iterations away from that. If I had to guess.
Yeah,
I think they said the next MetaQuest 4 might be coming out next year.
Make them joints a little bit more
but it's not an official release. Yeah, they ain't put no information out on it yet, though. So this is just how the tech people start guessing based on the moves that the company's making.
Yeah,
and how we do with Samsung, we start listening out, just find out when it's getting close, and then they announce it like 2 months before it's coming out. It's probably what's going to happen. But the geeks are starting to say it's coming out next year. But I ain't got time to wait on that. I'm ready to dive in now. I want it this year, so I'm probably gonna get that.
So let me ask you this thing.
But
whenever we come on here and do an episode, and I see you on here doing an episode with the goggles on, is that a sign? Is that a sign?
It won't be the goggles. When you see me come on with the Ray-Ban glasses, then it's signs that things has been improving in life. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign that I may have hit a lick or two. You know what I'm saying? And I'm up. But there will be signs that you gotta look out for. There will be signs to look out for when I'm up, though.
So give me a rundown. Give me at least 5 if you got 5 or more. What are some signs? Okay. That without telling me that you came up, you hit a lick. That you came up, you hit a lick.
Well, when you find out that I had the goggles and the Ray-Bans in the same week, that's a giant sign that some things went well. But if you, not even a giant sign, that's just a noticeable sign. Hey, things went well, but that's just a couple grand lick. You know what I'm saying? If it goes into a couple hundred or up, I might not be in Georgia no more. That's a huge sign. If I'm not in Georgia, some things really moved. You know what I'm saying? So
wait,
you want to look out for that.
Mm-hmm.
The move.
Address and change? Hold on, wait.
Yeah, when the address changes, that's a huge red flag. Hey, the boy is up. You know what I'm saying? When some of the traveling gets a little more extravagant, that's a sign some things have changed. That might come before the move. The zip code might wait, but the move. Let's go with that. The traveling. When the traveling starts popping up, you like, hey man, the boy traveling a little bit much now. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign.
Like, hold on, where you at this weekend? Hey, look, we ain't got a show this weekend.
Yeah. That's for the audience.
Or you start shooting from different locations.
Yeah, this little black wall ain't
no more. What's that in the background? What balcony you on?
For the audience. Yeah. If we only doing episodes every other week for an extended period of time, sign. Black background ain't there, sign. The car seems like such a simple thing to say. I don't know how much of a sign that's going to be. I don't know if I'm a rush and jump out there with something crazy as far as a car.
I would. Yeah. We talked about that before. Like me, E-Class, I'm good there. I don't even need to go with the Maybach or nothing like that. Nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Subtle sound.
It might be a new whip. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. It might not reflect the type of money I came into, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. But those are the big signs.
You go with whip. It'll be the year of the whip.
The year.
I'm gonna need that sign 26. Yeah. If it's still 2025. and I'm driving something that don't come out till 2026.
It's a clear sign. Hey, I'm gonna give you my final sign. If I'm starting to have too many luxurious meals back to back, it's probably a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like
eating good.
Sign.
The boy eating
a little too good. Yeah. If that boy meals is $100 every time you see me eating, it's a sign. You know what I'm saying?
For one.
Yeah, for my plate. For my plate. Because 100 for the family is the norm. So yeah, I'm talking
60 or 70 on the steak. You know what I'm saying? 10 for the side, little drink, easily close to 100.
At the spots is charging like that. It's a la carte per the side. So it's going to be 10, 15 per side anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but the steak on steak is starting at 50 to 60.
If I'm cheap, I'm going to get a $60 steak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, if you're being cheap, $60 steak is being cheap.
And most of these steakhouses, that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? If you at an official steakhouse. Now, if you just at a spot that happens to sell steak, you probably can get out of there for 30, 40 on a steak. You know what I'm saying? The official steakhouse. Yeah. But the official spots, they coming in at, 50 to 60 and then up 80, 90, 100, yeah. But yeah, all of those are my signs, man. So you say your sign is if it ain't the year that we in and I'm driving it, it's a clear indication things have changed.
Yeah. Like the car itself might not be extravagant, but I'm getting that pre-release. I'm getting that pre-release.
Yeah.
let me get that ahead. Let me get that ahead of schedule. Yeah. That's gonna be a sign. If you see me doing like this and you see a nice little AP or something like that,
Yeah.
What time you say it is? Yeah. It's gonna be a sign. My wrist is gonna look a little different. I used to love me some watches. I ain't been on my watch game in a while, but that's one thing that's gonna be a sign. You're gonna see different timepieces on my wrist again. I'm gonna be back up on timepieces, and them joints gonna be.
And you recording like this the whole time?
4 to 5 figures.
You like this the whole pod?
Whole pod. You telling the time the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It might be an AP, might be a Rolex, might be, you know what I'm saying, Constantine. Yeah, something in that vein.
Baccarat.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign. I'm driving something that's not on the streets yet. It will be exclusive. early release. Nothing extravagant. Like I'm saying, I might keep it E-class, but I'm just getting it ahead of schedule. Delivered to the crib.
Yeah, delivered.
That delivery.
I ain't leaving the house for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't leaving the house for it. Got too much money to leave the house for it. Bring it to me.
That's the sign for the neighbors. When the neighbors see it getting wheeled off the back of that truck, and I come outside in my drawers, it's a sign. Like, I ain't even dressing up for y'all no more.
Like, yo, hold on. What this guy got going on over there? He came up. Yeah, I came up.
He came out with it in his robe and stuff, man. Yeah.
Me and my robe daily will be a sign. Yes. We in a robe again? I want clothes and I want to get my wear up. I want to get my threads right. But I will be in a robe for the most part. I'm gonna feel like I'm lounging at all times. I want to feel like I'm lounging at all times. You
make an interesting point though. You said threads, which made me think my feet will be very telling to the sign. If I start wearing a bunch of stuff from my childhood, like, shoes that only came out in the 90s, it's a sign. Like, just be aware.
You got
everything that I wanted as a kid.
You know what? You got the Barclays, all the colors.
I pulled all of them. Yeah. Clear sign, that boy done went back and got every basketball shoe from 91 to 98. It's clear sign.
Clear sign. And if
and my tops and stuff won't be nothing flashy. That's the other thing. No. I want you to be wearing some old t-shirts and some chilling gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But threads matter. That thread count gonna be different.
Yeah. Thread
and the material might be a little different.
Quality of t-shirts. It ain't gonna have the little balls on the shirt. Where they pause. You wash it and it don't look good. It ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be a better quality shirt, but it's gonna be. I'm still looking.
I remember this was like back in 2012. I went to my first trip to Zara, and I got a T-shirt. It was almost $40 for that T-shirt. I don't know why I did it. I think I was in Orlando too. I just wanted the T-shirt, and I had a little extra money on me at the time. Tips was nice. Had a nice little gig. I thought I was up. I wasn't really making all that kind of money, but at the time, it felt like I was making a lot of money. And that was my first.
Felt good.
Yeah. Big purchase of clothes. It was a $40 T-shirt. I felt expensive at that time.
Right. That's an expensive T-shirt at the time, though, because this is about 15 years ago. So that was $30
for a T-shirt is like standard procedure. But it's like 15 years ago, 12, 15 years ago. But now a $30 T-shirt is like standard procedure. But back then, to pull a T-shirt that's like 30, 40, you was dropping some bread.
And you could have spent 6, 7, 8 on it. You could have spent anywhere between 6 to 10, and you spent 40. So just to put it in perspective, like
yeah. Because can you get a T-shirt for 6? You might still be able to get 10. You go to Target or something like that. You might $9.99 for a T-shirt nowadays.
Yeah, you probably can find something for 10, 12, somewhere in there.
Yeah, man, but that's signs of the times. And I can't wait to get there.
But that shirt lasted, didn't it?
It did. I made poked a hole in it some kind of way. And that hurt my feelings. Because everything else, it was still in good quality, been washed I don't know how many times, but I poked a hole in it by mistake or it got snagged on something, and that's what ruined the shirt. I was sad about
drop
it.
An ash?
Might have dropped the ash. I might have dropped the ash on it.
Probably dropped the ash.
Burned a hole through it.
Yeah, I'm thinking you did.
But yeah, man.
Hey, man.
So,
let me get with you, man. Let's shift gears for a moment, man. And it's totally off base, man. But let's close out with this real quick, man. Okay. So Donald Trump been doing some favors for black people. Been doing some favors for black people, man. He pardoned a young boy, and and he even reduced Larry Hoover down to just a life sentence from the death penalty.
Yeah, man.
It's been on the table for a lot of people to do, and he actually did it.
He actually pulled the trigger on it, and which is dope.
Pull the trigger,
in my opinion, because I know he had did it before. when he was going up for re-election, pardoning a bunch of people. And it seemed like it was just a popular thing to do because, I'm trying to gain traction on voters. I want to gain, votership. If that's the word.
Right.
But now he's doing it because he doesn't have to. Like, there's no reason for him to do it.
Year one.
You're not winning anybody at this point. Year one. You're not on the way out. Most presidents do it on their way out. But you're in the first year.
Right.
And you're putting a stamp on pardons for some interesting African Americans. Like you said, like NBA YoungBoy. And again, Larry Hoover. Like, I don't know the whole Larry Hoover situation, like if it's enough to get him out, but I think it reduced the sentence and, like you said, took the death penalty off the table.
He commuted him.
Put your name on that.
But it just takes the death penalty. It just takes the death penalty off the table, from my understanding, is what he did for him. But that's the the inventor, or what, I don't know the term to use for it, but the creator of the gangster disciple. That's a huge gang. You know what I'm saying? And he's the leader of those people, or the OG of it, the originator of it. But of all people, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do it for Tukey. Obama didn't do it for Tukey. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him die. So
yeah. And that was a tough one. I remember watching the movie on the Tukey Williams joint, and it's like, man, who played that? It was Jamie Foxx. He played him in that movie, wasn't he? I think it was Jamie Foxx.
I didn't see that.
That was a good movie. Yeah. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I suggest you watch it. Definitely was a good watch. And like you said, Obama could have done it, but Obama didn't even do anything like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That Trump would do something in that magnitude.
Yeah. He really is an enigma sometimes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because even at this point, you're gonna write it off. People will write it off, the act of it. He only did it for this reason or that reason. Or
what's the reason this time?
We hard to please as Black people. You know what I'm saying? We hard to please. So we'll find a reason to dismiss it. But it was a cool act. You know what I'm saying? It was unnecessary. Yeah. I don't see the reason for it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you can come up with. I mean, there's a reason why he didn't have to do it also. But,
absolutely.
I don't think he's as racist as people want to make him out to be. I think he's as racist as everybody else is in America. This is what I think.
Truth. I mean, and then, like, a lot of times, like, they'll say they'll go back to like pre-presidency of Trump, and you'll see him in rooms with a lot of African Americans, a lot of within our popular culture and non-popular culture, that he actually had a lot of Black, quote unquote, supporters and friends.
Yeah,
it's just once he made a turn to get into politics,
Hollywood.
Yeah. But at the same time, he had company of a lot of African Americans, and I think that kind of got smothered under all the antics during his first run for presidency and jumping out there and the whole MAGA thing and make America great and blah 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 and all the rhetoric with the wall and all this craziness that transpired. That now you start putting this tag on him, and now it looks like racism, which a lot of it is racism. But at the same time, like you said, probably no more racist than most of America as it is across all races, not just white people or Black people, Mexicans.
That's exactly what I meant.
All the way across the spectrum.
America.
Across the spectrum.
Yeah, and I say that because I know people. I interact with all races. I know
all
how messed up we all are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think
we all have our prejudices, and we all have our levels of whether you like it or not. In some cases, racism. Not saying like everybody's a racist, like inactive, like, hey, I'm and then that is kind of the definition. You have to kind of put some act on it for it to be racism. That's a whole nother story, a whole nother debate or conversation in itself. But just the thought process of
would you say prejudice? Would you say prejudice to keep it safe?
We'll just use it because racist has a whole lot more things that go underneath.
There's a lot of ways to define that.
There's a lot of ways to define it. Yeah. So, but we all have our prejudices, and he's just like the rest of everybody in America. Don't look good. Not a good. I'm not absolving it or championing it by any means.
He's hard to defend as a person. He's hard to defend, but
so definitely not jumping on the train with that. Don't want to make any confusion, but just want to make the realization.
Right.
Just using it as a moment of realization. Like, dang, he's doing this for black people, and he didn't have to, or a black person, or a group of black people.
Right.
Not all of Black America, of course. Still a lot of work to be done on other fronts other than pardoning people who are in prison. So let's not skirt over that.
But at the same time, it's something that was. Yeah, you know what's funny though? How we have to, if you say anything, why is it set up that if you say anything about Trump, you gotta,
I gotta put this disclaimers and
we ain't cutting the jig for y'all. We ain't jigging y'all. It's just Hey man,
that's not to apologize for anything I say.
This guy got the worst.
I'm judging the moment off the moment.
But this is he's such a figure that you got to do this. Such a polarizing figure that you have to do this. But why is he the only one? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't none of the presidents before him been that great. They all based in some level of prejudice. Like, all of them pieces of crap.
Even if you go
ultimately, you know what I'm saying? But for this one, we got to treat him different.
Yeah, only because he created this of his stuff though. So he created this. So we can't let him off the hook based on that, because he created this whole stigma behind his name and the things that have transpired. Like, so that's on him.
He was just as controversial as he's always been. But I think there's a little bit of media play involved in making us feel.
It always is.
Because like you said, his history shows us he's always rocked with us a little bit, but he ain't out here faking like he like a white black dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a black white. He's not out here.
Playing to like
being B-Rad with
the shades on and the saxophone. Like, I'm about to jig for you black folk. Check this out. Invite me to the cookout.
He ain't
doing that.
He ain't never been a dude getting invited to the cookout, but he ain't hot sauce in the purse. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that kind of white boy. He never has been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's always had good relationships with black people in his world and celebrity, other rich black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean,
it is
Biden any different? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, let's
good act on his part.
Because I'm not a political fan of either one of the guys.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not a fan of anybody politically, honestly. I mean, Obama's about as close as you can get, but even then,
that's it.
It is what it is. Like, I don't play politics or subscribe to politics much at all. I'm aware of it, and we talked about it before in episodes before. How do we use the climate of the political world to our advantage to boost ourselves and our small circles, our families, and things like that? That's the only part of politics I pay attention to. Not taking any side or whatever. It's just, okay, which way is the tide turning? Okay, this is how I got to play my cards. That's it.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's the same
anyway,
way.
Man.
But man, let's review these placentas, man. They've been sitting here. They didn't get no midway review or nothing. It's time to get.
It's okay because I got it all. I got it all right now. Matter of fact, I didn't even want to give a midway review because I want to give you the whole rundown. So I want to hear from you first. And then I'm gonna call the Del Cielo to the stage, and we're gonna break this down. I got to break down for you.
Okay. So with this particular stick, man, I want to say it's very well, because it's been planted in my head that this is playing a part of it. But there is a smoothness to this stick that just feels clean. There's a clean smoothness to it. You know, it's just like, I can believe there's no additive in it based off of that. It's just it's not harsh at all. You know, very medium body stick. I would say for me, the tasting notes that I have in it is the thing that's on my palate at this very moment is really blaring out at me is a honeyness, almost a honey type note. It's that sweetness to it, you know, and that's what's jumping out at me. And it's like, I still just taste it on my palate. So it's that, It's a little bit of nuttiness to this. It's that toastiness to this particular cigar. I would say there's a little bit of zest to it. There's a little bit of subtle spice, you know. And those are the primary things that's coming out at me. I like the aroma of this cigar. I like the actual the smoke in there. You know, sometimes when the smoke is in there and it just gives you like a certain feel. I like the smell and the feel that I'm getting right now just from that being in the air, you know. Yeah. I had a very good draw on this stick. I did have to relight it a couple of times. I'm going to blame myself for that part of it. And I'm not, because it doesn't seem like there's no construction issue with it. But I didn't have the best upkeep during the time I've had this sitting around waiting. So I'm going to assume that's the case as far as that goes. But for this right here, the Plasencia Reserva Original, once again, let's restate the fact that this is their organic stick, which means there's no additives within this cigar. And it's supposed to be, from what they say, the only one on the market of its kind in existence. I say this is a great showing for that stick. And with this being probably, I guess, the original Plasencia that they came out with, I can understand why they made such a big splash in the world with this cigar right here. Great cigar from 1 to 5. I'll go with about I go 4.2 because that's what keep coming to my head. I was like, I was jumping around if I wanted to do more or less, but 4.2 sits perfect with me. So I'm going to go with that.
Okay, I like it. So Plasencia doing what Plasencia does, landing in the 4s consistently. And precursor for this, mine's going to be no different. We're going to land in the 4s. But we're going to talk our way to find out where in the 4s are we going to land. Because there's a difference between the 4 and then 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, 5.
Yeah, you coming off one last week for
Yeah.
You know, what was it, 4.8 last week?
No, maybe 4.7. It was up there.
You're the dragon?
You're the snake.
Yeah. Snake, yeah.
Yeah, so this Del Cielo, what I say it meant? Like somehow sent from heaven or something like that, whatever. But I would say
heaven, soul, heaven.
Yes, heaven, soul, or whatever. Somebody who speaks Spanish knows exactly what it means. But let's break this down, man.
Lo siento.
So again, I did my first light with a match. I wanted to take it easy. I should have used some cedar, and I wonder if that cedar would have given it a little bit a more easier beginning. But even with the harsh beginning, which was okay, because it didn't last very long. Once that initial burn that took place, maybe I didn't let mine linger a little bit before I started puffing it. I probably should have just kind of took my foot off the gas before I started puffing it to kind of let the burn kind of just ease into the cigar. I know better. I've been smoking cigars long enough to let it cook. But I jumped into it because I was excited, right? So I got a little, you know what I'm saying, zing in the beginning, which wasn't all that great. But immediately after it started burning, it got real nice. Very mellow in the beginning, no spice, nothing harsh. Once I finally started getting it going, it was just really, really smooth. And all the notes that started to come in, just like Plasencia has done before with the Alma Fuerte and how it's EQ'd, like almost as perfect as you can get, it started like adding these little notes. Like if you think about building a composition and you start introducing the flute, introduce some violins, and then some piano, and then it just starts to build. That's kind of what happened here. It just started building, started throwing like a little note here, then a little note here, then a little note here. So I would say off gate, I got like a little like how you said, like a zest, like a little citrus zest in the very beginning. Definitely with some easy oak undertones going along with that little zest, like lemon peel, orange peel, or whatever, kind of just like blended up in there. After that got going, I kind of tasted like a little bit of like a ginger snap. So got a little ginger in there, a little ginger snap type of deal, mixed in with that zest, and kind of felt like that it was just the zest progressing into that ginger feel. The aroma kind of got that zest in the aroma as well. And then as it settled in, when I got about here, I've been puffing this thing. I'm trying to get all the notes that I can get. I don't know if you saw me throughout the show. I'm just puffing and puffing and puffing and puffing. I didn't sit this thing down very long at all between puffs. But eventually it got to this smooth macadamia nut type of taste. Like if you ever got like the aftertaste of a macadamia nut, and now it's just like a not overpowering taste, but it's just like it's bold enough to let you know that you're eating macadamia nuts, but then not enough to like overpower anything. And I think that's just that EQ. So that between that ginger, the lemon zest, the oak, natural tobaccos, and earth, then that macadamia nut, kind of like an almond deal going on with that too. So that macadamia nut and almond kind of settled in to where I'm at now. And it kind of just eased into it. It's like these like little notes that just kept popping out, and just started blending together. So I can still tell all of them are there, but it's just like, okay, it's adding. Like, so how some cigars, they'll transition, and then what you were getting before, you don't get that anymore. It's like, I got this, now I have this and that. Now I have this, and this. Now I have this, and this. Yeah. And that's where I'm at right now. So it's like, it's one of those trips that just keep building. So that was super enjoyable to this point. Great stick, great cigar. Not my favorite Plasencia still. That Alma Fuerte is still a bad boy. That Green Band is still a bad boy. Hard to touch. And if I had to rate this with the other ones, I don't know where I would put it just yet. I'm going to have to smoke them like side by side just to figure out where do I put this one in the Plasencia world. But I will say it is a great Plasencia and worth getting your hands on the smoke. But I would say just take your time with it. It's one of those ones that you do have to take your time and let it build and just take it all in. So to get this thing out of a score of 5, that's the hard part. I'm going to go at this point and say 4.6. 4.6 for the Del Cielo. I'm looking at a 4.6.
Man,
and this is after smoking the I had Olivia Melanio last night, and I'm coming off of those two as my recent smokes going into this one. So it's hard balancing what I just had recently over the last couple of days into this one. But it still shines. It still shines throughout all of that.
What is it? How does it stand up next to the V?
The V? Neck and neck.
Next to that Melanio, how does it stand up?
Neck and neck.
Okay.
It's right there with it. It's right there with it. For different reasons. That Melanio it's a bad boy. Actually, you know what? No, it's not neck and neck. It's under the V. It's under the V. I'm in love with that cigar, man. I'm in love with it. It's under the V. It's under the V. This is good. But I had to think back to yesterday when I cut it, lit it, and I started smoking it, and that feeling I had last night. I'm like, man, this is a heavenly
never
stick.
Misses.
Misses. Yeah. So I would say it's under there because that one's almost perfect, man. This cigar is almost perfect. Almost perfect. This isn't perfect.
This one here sounds like an experience. Like in the V, I know that to be something that I can grab that, and that becomes my experience regardless.
Yeah.
But this sounds like something you got to sit back and really make it a moment for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus,
yeah. I can agree with that.
Melanio is going to be it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to become the moment.
It's taking over the moment. It's taking over the moment. And I wouldn't say that this one took over the moment, even though we were having conversation through it. I think I need to have a second one. And the second one, I'm going to have to smoke in a quiet moment and then just see how it plays out in that quiet moment without the conversation, without any distraction.
I bet it's
see where it takes me. But
the way you describing it building, which is something you don't get often enough, I bet it improved in a peaceful moment where it's just you and the cigar and nothing else. Not to say it's going to pass the V, but it's going to make it a better smoke when you can sit back and really appreciate building blocks.
I think so too. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll report up to you, let you know how that quiet smoke is compared to what I just had just now. But hey, man, I'm happy about my experience with this Cielo. I'm glad I found it, glad I got my hands on it, and I can see why it sold out in my cigar humidors across San Antonio before I was able to get my hands on it for the last few weeks. It's a bad boy.
Yeah,
it's a bad boy.
Well, that's what I expected to hear. Hey, man, well, shoot, that is it for today's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll get with you next week. Keep your cigars up. And if we're not here, Look for the signs when we come back.
It's
Because there will be signs. We out.
Yes, sir.